Says adults can't read children novel. I recently picked a book which is actually meant for 3 to 5-year-olds and thoroughly enjoyed it. It's by an author whose illustrations I absolutely love. It's none other than Beatrix Potter. The book that I picked is The Complete Adventures of Peter Rabbit. That's how it looks. It's a beautiful hardcover. It's actually includes 4 tales by Beatrix Potter. Now, I thought that before diving into what the story is all about, I should talk about the author and why did I decide to pick a children's book. Now, Beatrix Potter is actually someone who is known for her children books. She's also known for her beautiful illustrations. So now if you type Beatrix Potter and you look at some of her watercolor illustrations, they're absolutely beautiful. While I was reading more about her, I realized, that while she was growing up, she was usually isolated from other children and she grew up in Scotland region. And that's why a lot of her illustrations that you see are landscapes. They're inspired by the flora and fauna and animals. She draws a lot of animals. So all her stories are, influenced or inspired from her experiences while she was growing. And because there's so much nature, flora, fauna, animals included, pets included, I absolutely enjoy her illustrations. She's also someone who was famous as a mycologist. So a mycologist is someone who studies fungi. So that is what she was also known for. And in fact, the tale of Peter Rabbit is quite famous. It's actually a classic book for children. And you won't believe this was commercially, I think she came up with the story in 1901, but this was commercially published in 1902. And I think if you're looking, for a set to give to children between 3 to 5 years old, or like me, an adult who enjoys going back to beautiful illustrations in children's novel, this is a perfect book. Now I'm going to talk briefly about, so this is actually a very short read, I think about 100 pages, 93 pages, odd pages, which is filled with beautiful illustrations. So there are 4 tales in this book. The tale of Peter Rabbit, the tale of Benjamin Bunny, the tale of the Flopsy Bunnies, and the tale of Mr. Todd. But before that, I thought I will just show you how gorgeous the book is. I'm just going to remove. Okay, so this is the hardcover, and this is the map of the village or town where they live. And sorry, I'm just a little clumsy with. I'm just going to move through the pages, and if you see the illustrations, they're beautiful. Look at this one. Look at this one. I absolutely enjoyed looking at the illustrations. They were just so cute. So let me talk about the first story. So as I said, Peter Rabbit was, a very famous character that Beatrix Potter came up with. In fact, it was also, if I'm not wrong, the first merchandise stuffed toy that came in the market. So let me talk about the first story, which is The Tale of Peter Rabbit. Now, in this story is basically about Peter Rabbit and his siblings. So we have the mother who is on her way to the baker's shop, and she advises the kids that, while on your way to pick the blackberries, they're going to the orchard to pick blackberries, you have to absolutely avoid the McGregor's garden. So McGregor garden is a place where we have the McGregor's family, and they have a garden which has a lot of vegetables which rabbits absolutely love eating. But she says that you have to absolutely avoid that place because that's where the accident happened, where they lost their father. So the mother advises that you absolutely have to not go to the McGregor's garden. But Peter Rabbit, being the mischievous child, he decides to ditch picking up the blackberries and decides to go to the orchard. And in this story, we basically read about his adventure in the garden and how he almost escapes McGregor's attack. But in this little adventure that he has, he ends up losing his coat and shoes, new coat and shoes that his mom ends up giving him just in the morning. So this is the first tale. The second tale is about the tale of Benjamin Bunny. So soon after Peter Rabbit, in continuation, Beatrix Potter came with Benjamin Bunny. Benjamin Bunny is Peter Rabbit's cousin, but he's someone who is street smart and I would say a little cunning as well. So he knows his way into stealing. And when he comes to know about Peter Rabbit losing his coat and shoes, he comes up with the plan of how they can visit the McGregor's garden and come back, you know, steal away the Peter Rabbit's coat and shoes. So this story is about their adventure, how they go back to the garden and how they try bringing the coat and shoes back. And in this adventure, how they also meet this interesting cat. So we have a new character which is introduced in this story. So the second story is about this little adventure. The third one, the tale of the Flopsy Bunnies, is actually quite funny. So in this we see that Benjamin Bunny is married to Peter Rabbit's sister and they have kids. And one day these kids, they are going through a field with heap of vegetables lying around, and because they have eaten so much, you know, they're taking an afternoon siesta. They've eaten, they're so heavy and they've actually gone to sleep. That's when McGregor comes and he sees these baby rabbits sleeping, and he carries them away in the sack. But soon we have Peter Rabbit and Benjamin, who is their father, emerge as heroes, and how they come and rescue the kids back. With the help of, again, new character, we have a Woodhouse mouse that is introduced in this chapter particularly, and how the mouse helps Peter Rabbit and Benjamin Bunny to rescue the small bunnies, the cute bunnies, is quite interesting and funny. And lastly, there is the tale of Mr. Todd, which was I would say little on the dark side. In the sense, we had two negative characters, Mr. Todd and Mr. Tommy. Tommy is a badger and Todd is a fox. They both are extremely cunning and sly. And we see that Tommy, who's the badger, he kidnaps Benjamin's kids and has obviously taken them away to eat them for lunch. But soon again, we have Benjamin and Peter Rabbit come, and how they you know, rescue their children is again a very interesting tale. And this one, the last story, was little different because it had a few black and white illustrations as well. But all in all, I think I really enjoyed these quirky, funny, cute short reads. And like I said, it's an absolute delight for children. I think the moral, because it's a children novel, I think let's discuss the moral of the story. I think the book imparts you with the message that, especially for children, that it's important that you listen to your adults. You obey to your parents because they've seen the world. So if they're telling you not to go somewhere, it's because there's a reason. So obey your parents and listen to them, because this is a big, not always so good world, and you need to follow certain directions. And if you don't follow certain directions and commands, there are consequences. Every action has a consequence. That is what is the moral of the story. So yeah, that was all on this book. Again, I'm going to repeat, Beatrix Potter's illustrations are absolutely beautiful. You should check out. She has many books. In fact, there's a book just dedicated to her. You can also check that out. But yeah, that's all on this wonderful book from my side. If you like the review, don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. If you have read the book, please let me know in the comments. I'm going to see you guys next week with another title. Till then, take care. Bye-bye.